Stop waiting. Start moving. This is your wake-up call. Have you ever asked yourself, if today were your last real chance to change your life, what would you do? Would you finally act? Or would you put it off just one more day? Life doesn't wait for anyone. And maybe this is exactly the moment you need to hear this. Chapter 1. Time waits for no one. Have you ever woken up, stared at the ceiling, and for a brief second, had no idea what you're even waking up for? Not because you're lazy, not because you lack motivation, but because everything just feels off, like your life is stuck in some kind of loop. Work, home, eat, sleep, repeat. You're not miserable, but you're not exactly alive either. And so you tell yourself things like, maybe it's just not the right time yet. Next month. I'll figure it out next month. Or the classic, I'm just waiting for the right moment. But let me ask you something. What if that perfect time never shows up? What if it's just a convenient excuse to avoid a harder truth, that life doesn't wait for us to be ready? The clock doesn't stop ticking because you're tired. The sun doesn't delay rising just because you need more time. And the world, it keeps spinning with or without you. No one's coming to shake you out of your comfort zone. No one's going to tap your shoulder and say, okay, now's your moment. There's no background music that signals, this is the turning point of your life. There's just you and the mirror, and that moment where you finally admit, if I don't change, nothing will. Yes, it's scary, because taking action means stepping out of what's safe. It means risking failure, rejection, and being misunderstood. But you know what's scarier? Waking up years from now and realizing you've missed too much. The trip you didn't take because of money. The dream you buried because of fear. The person you really were, but never became because you were waiting for the right time. There's a quote I love. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't take the wheel, it'll drive you somewhere you never meant to go. And one day you'll look back, not regretting what went wrong, but regretting you never tried at all. Think about it. If you set your alarm for 6 a.m. to work out but hit snooze every morning, you're not just losing time. You're choosing comfort over your health. If you have a brilliant idea but never act on it, you're choosing safety over growth. Nobody's judging you for not succeeding, but you will judge yourself if you never even tried. Don't wait until things are perfect, because perfection is a sweet little trap that kills a million dreams. The best time to start is not tomorrow, not when I'm ready, not once things settle down. The best time is now. Look back 5 years ago. What were you dreaming of? How much of it have you actually done? And how much did you let slip away, like waves pulling something precious into the ocean? Life is short. Some people spend their whole youth waiting until next Monday to start working out. Others wait their whole lives to say, I love you. And many keep waiting until they're financially stable to finally live for themselves. And in the end, they die with things undone. Don't be that person. You're still breathing. You still have time. You still have power. So don't let today be another wasted page in the story of your life. Don't scroll through your phone watching others live their dreams while you sit still in yours. Don't say, what if someday down the road? If you want something, stand up and go get it. No one's going to pull you up. But once you rise, you'll see just how wide the world really is. Chapter 2. If you want it, stand up and claim it. Here's something you need to understand. Life doesn't owe you anything. Not fairness, not opportunity, and definitely not a smooth ride just because you're trying your best. So if there's something you truly want, you've got to stand up and go after it yourself. No one is obligated to lift you out of your disappointment. No one has to believe in your dream because it's your dream, not theirs. I remember talking to my buddy Mark. He just lost out on a promotion at work. He sat across from me, defeated. I don't get it, he said. I've been loyal for years. I haven't done anything wrong. I looked him in the eye and said, that's the problem, man. You haven't done anything wrong. But you also haven't done anything remarkable. It was a hard truth. But let me ask you, are you playing it safe just to avoid making mistakes? Instead of chasing after what really lights you up, are you living a life that's simply comfortable? Instead of one that's actually meaningful? You want to be seen, acknowledged, respected. But what have you created that deserves that recognition? You want more from life, but have you done something different to earn that life? We all tell ourselves convenient stories. I'm not ready yet. I don't have enough experience. Or, I'll start once I save more money. The classic one, I just need a little more confidence. But confidence doesn't come before action. Comes from action. You don't magically feel brave before doing something hard. You feel brave because you did something even when you were scared. So stop waiting to feel ready. The truth is, you probably never will. Everyone starts out unsure. Everyone starts with doubt in their gut and fear in their chest. The difference? Some people start anyway. You might think you're not smart enough, not talented enough, not strong enough. But what you really need is just one clear decision. I'm done standing still. I'm moving forward. One step at a time. One small win after another. And before you know it, you've become someone you barely recognize, someone stronger. Someone real. Yes, you'll fear failure. That's normal. But failure doesn't destroy you, procrastination does. I once heard someone say, life is like an escalator going down. If you're not waking up, you're automatically going backward. And it's true. In this world, if you're not moving forward, you're already falling behind. You may think success belongs to those with more brains, more connections, more luck. Maybe, but that's not the whole story. Because real success belongs to people who don't sit around waiting for someone to open the door. They go build the door themselves. Let me tell you about Jason. He was a server at a diner in Queens. Wiping tables, taking orders, barely scraping by. But every night after his shift, Jason would sit in the back, pull out his old laptop, and teach himself how to code using free tutorials. 1 year later, he got his first junior developer job. 3 years later, he launched a startup. No one handed him that future. He wasn't born into wealth or privilege. He just stood up and chose not to stay where he was. You don't need the perfect background. You just need to stop accepting your current one as permanent. Yes, maybe you're tired. Maybe you're lost. Maybe you feel like you've got nothing left to give. But listen closely. You're stronger than you think. Inside you is a flame, maybe small now, maybe flickering, but it's still burning. All it takes is one right decision to light it up again. And if you've been waiting for a sign to start, this is it. This video. These words. This moment. Stop waiting for someone else to rescue you. Be the one who grabs your own hand and says, enough. I've waited long enough. No more waiting for Monday. No more waiting for the next new year. No more waiting until you feel ready. Just stand up and act. One small step. One honest effort. Every single day. 'Cause believe me, one decision today could change everything tomorrow. Chapter 3. This world belongs to those who take action. Let's be real for a second. How many times have you looked at someone successful and thought, man, I wish I had their luck, their timing, their opportunity. And then what? You closed your laptop. You put your phone away. And life kept moving, same as yesterday. But somewhere, maybe in the shower or stuck in traffic or lying awake at 1 a.m., you quietly asked yourself, am I really living? Or am I just existing? If that thought hits home, listen carefully. Life doesn't reward the thinkers. It rewards the doers. You can have all the ideas in the world. You can have vision boards, notebooks, saved videos, screenshots, and late-night inspiration. But if you don't move, if you don't act, it's all just potential with no punch. Let me be crystal clear. The people who change things in this world aren't always the smartest, or the most talented, or the most connected. They're the ones who move when others hesitate. The ones who keep going when others stop to doubt themselves. The ones who act even when they're scared. Action is what separates I wish from I did. And no, you don't have to take massive leaps. You don't have to wake up tomorrow and flip your whole life upside down. You just have to take one honest step forward. Because of a small step today, it will become a habit tomorrow. And that habit, done consistently, becomes a life. Think about anyone you admire. An artist, an athlete, a business leader, a creator, a neighbor who turned their life around. What do they all have in common? They didn't wait to feel ready. They didn't wait for applause. They didn't wait for perfect clarity. They acted. They moved. And they kept moving. And you? You're not any different. You might be sitting there thinking you're not ready yet. But here's the truth no one likes to admit. No one starts with everything they need. Steve Jobs had to borrow money to buy parts when Apple was still an idea in a garage. J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter as a single mom, on government assistance. Oprah was told she'd never make it on TV. All of them? Just regular people. Until they chose to act. Consistently. Relentlessly. And the world eventually noticed. You see, life isn't fair. It's not equal. But it is consistent in one way. Everyone gets 24 hours. What do you do with those hours? That's on you. Some people waste them in self-doubt, distractions, and endless planning. Others spend them building, learning, trying, falling, getting back up, and winning. You don't need to quit your job or sell everything or move across the country. But you can write a single page tonight. You can wake up 30 minutes earlier tomorrow. You can start that course, send that email, make that call. Don't underestimate the power of small moves. Because small moves done daily build unstoppable momentum. People think life changes in one big dramatic moment. But the truth? It changes in tiny moments you choose to keep showing up for. Even when you're tired. Even when no one claps. Even when you feel like you're getting nowhere. Because eventually, the world catches up to those who refuse to stop. So no, don't sit there watching other people live the dream you once whispered about. Don't let someday become never. Don't wait for a green light from the universe. If you can imagine a life that excites you, that makes your heart beat faster, then it's not random. It's real. It's possible. And it's yours if you move. The world isn't waiting for the next brilliant thinker. It's waiting for the next door. And yeah, it won't be easy. You'll trip. You'll be ignored. You'll want to quit. But if you keep going, if you just keep moving, you'll end up somewhere no one thought you'd reach. Because in the end, this world doesn't belong to the dreamers with the prettiest visions. It belongs to the ones who dared to move when the path was still dark. Chapter 4. One decision can change everything. Maybe your days have started to blur together lately. Everything's fine. Nothing's falling apart. But nothing's really lighting you up either. You're not miserable. But you're not alive the way you could be. And that's the danger zone. Not when things are bad, but when they're just okay enough for you to stay stuck. You're not stuck because you don't care. You're stuck because deep down you're afraid. Afraid that if you try and fail, it'll hurt more than staying where you are. Afraid that if you go all in and still fall short, what would that say about you? So you wait. You wait for the right time. The perfect moment. The green light. The confirmation. The feeling of certainty that may never come. And here's the brutal truth. You are already paying a price for that delay. Every day you spend hesitating, you pay with your peace. You pay with your purpose. You pay with every what if that starts echoing louder at night. You feel it. That quiet disappointment in yourself. That voice that says, you're meant for more. So why are you still here? So let me tell you something that could change your life. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need one decision. Not a 5-year strategy. Not a bulletproof guarantee. Just one brave moment where you say, I'm done waiting. I'm ready to move. Because here's what happens the moment you decide. The fog begins to lift. Your body shifts. Your mind resets. You breathe deeper. And suddenly you're not waiting on life anymore, you're driving it. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need to convince anyone. You just need to choose yourself. You need to say, this chapter is over. A new one starts now. I've been on pause long enough. I'm pressing play. I've been silent long enough. I'm speaking up. And yeah, it's going to feel uncomfortable. Growth always does. But you know what hurts worse than discomfort? Regret. Regret is the heaviest weight you'll ever carry. Because it doesn't hit all at once. Creeps in slowly year after year until you look back and ask yourself, why didn't I just start? Look, the people you look up to, they weren't ready either. They just decided that staying where they were hurt more than moving forward. You don't need everything to change overnight. You just need to start changing yourself right now. Write the first page. Make the first call. Take the first walk. Launch the first draft. Show up for day one. And don't underestimate that. Because one tiny act of courage can start a chain reaction that changes your entire life. People may not notice right away. There won't be fireworks. There won't be applause. But inside, everything starts shifting. You'll walk a little taller. Speak a little clearer. Move a little faster. Because now, you're not hoping life will change. You're changing it. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. This video. These words. This exact moment. Let it be the line in the sand. Let it be the turning point. Because this world is loud, distracting, demanding, and it's easy to get swept away in the current one day. But you? You're not going to let the current decide your future. You're going to swim toward the life that's calling you. So here's your challenge. Today, not tomorrow. Make one decision that pulls you forward. Big or small. Bold or quiet. Seen or unseen. Just move. Because life doesn't change when you think about it. Life changes when you do something about it. And you already know what you need to do. So go. Decide. Stand up. And take it. Because life doesn't wait. And if you truly want something, you don't either.